needs a holder in the kickoff, and that's William Frizzell. It's squibbed. Flags down on the play. The Raiders making the recovery outside of their own 35-yard line. What a way to start the second half.
Philadelphia was offside, but I think the Raiders will refuse it because they're going to have the ball about the 36 or 37-yard line.
Numbers in the first 30 minutes of play. Not much offense for either side. Rushing yardage, most of that going to Randall Cunningham for the Philadelphia Eagles.
And the reason the game is so close, take a look. Your first downs are the same, okay? But the turnover situation, Joel, no turnovers in this game. That's a credit to both offenses and the defense, especially when you're playing against the Philadelphia Eagles, who have gotten the ball, taken it away 24 times going into this game.
The Eagles had 6 turnovers they picked up from the Phoenix Cardinals last week. And one of the most surprising aspects of the first half, Paul, no sacks in the first half of the Eagles. They came in with 26, the second highest total in the NFL.
And you give credit to the offensive line of the Raiders. They are doing a tremendous job. A little bit of holding.
Jackson in the backfield, just a little. Steve Smith joining Bo back there. 1st and 10 at the 37 of Los Angeles. Short drop for Schrader. Quick out. Overthrows Fernandez. So the first half for Schrader, or rather the second half, starts out the same way the second half ended.
Well, right off the bat, they're going to start. There's Wilkerson, number 68. They're going to double team Reggie White. Take a look at it. And when you talk about double teaming, you're not double teaming with a back and a lineman. You're double teaming with 2 linemen. Wisniewski, number 76, and Bruce Wilkerson, number 68. 2 linemen blocking 1 defensive lineman. Somebody's got to be free if they start blitzing.
Eagles on the 2nd and 10 situation, putting more men up on the defensive line of scrimmage. Ball at the 37. Bo Jackson trying the right side. Tripped up across the 40. Going down near the 42-yard line for a gain of close to 5.
And it's not surprising because Reggie is such a strong pass rusher. Reggie White is what I'm talking about. They're going to try to run right at him. Just take a look at the double team. Wilkerson and Dial are both there blocking, but Reggie just strings it out and waits for his friends to come in and make the play, and Reggie helps out. Double team, still makes the play. Is he good or what?
He is the very best. He's led the NFL in sacks in each of the last 2 seasons. He had 18 last year. Movement by Jerome Brown gets back in time. Raiders 3 of 8 in third down conversions. This is a 3rd and 5 at the 42. Schrader wide open. Mueller over the middle for a first down at the Eagles' 44-yard line. Joyner and Evans, the 2 linebackers, combining on the hit.
This is what's surprising about Schrader's numbers, and the fact that he has enough time to throw the football. That time he waited till Mueller, the back, gets out of the backfield. And just take a look at what the offensive line does. Pitts is being blocked by Mosbar, the center, number 72, and that opens it up. The linebackers, that's Evans and Joyner, covering Mueller, but Schrader had all the time he wanted to throw the football.
Only 56 yards passing with Jay Schrader. And the Raiders, they only had 89 yards passing for both Berline and Schrader last Sunday. Bo Jackson with the carry. Nifty move inside the 40. Near a first down. He's short of the first down marker by a couple at the 37 after a gain of 8. Hopkins holding on, along with Seth Joyner.
Now we'll see Bo Jackson. He's coming at you here, but watch the move that he makes to get back to the inside. There's nothing outside. He can't make that move outside because Simmons is there. He just cuts it back to the inside and picks up 8 yards on the play.
He had 85 yards on 11 carries last week against the Chiefs. 37 so far this afternoon. 2nd and a couple.
But most of it was in the second half.
Steve Smith tries for the first down, and he's got it. Inside the 35. They push him down near the 34-yard line. Indianapolis finally gets on the board in the second half, trailing by 6. Buffalo by 13 at home after that very emotional Monday night victory over the Los Angeles Rams. Houston, another touchdown pass from Warren Moon to Alonzo Highsmith. They lead by 24. Kansas City up by 10 now over the winless Dallas Cowboys. Tampa Bay hanging tough. What an improved team, the Buccaneers. Well, they spotted the ball near the 35. I thought he would be close to the 34, and they're going to be short of the first down by about 6 inches. Don't forget, on many of these NBC stations, Second half of our NFL doubleheader. You'll either see the Patriots at Stanford Stadium taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Denver matching up at the Kingdome with the Seahawks.
Yeah, this is a short yardage play here, Joel, but you know, as big as that offensive line is for the Raiders, and in this drive here, I know you don't want to waste it, but this would be a great play action down.
3rd and inches. Double tight end set. They got 3 tight ends in there now. Jackson in the backfield, along with Steve Smith, who gets it. And he's got the first down to the 34-yard line. A Raiders first down. It was 50 years ago today, the first televised pro football game from Ebbets Field in Brooklyn. It was the Brooklyn Dodgers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Dodgers won it by the score of 23-14. Ebbets Field.
He's got my old helmet on. None.
Doesn't look exactly like Ebbets. Veteran Stadium in Philadelphia.
Stick out without a helmet? There's been some guys that I know that play without helmets.
1st and 10 for the Raiders. The 34-yard line of the Eagles. This drive started back at the Raiders 37. Schrader with plenty of time again to a wide open Mervin Fernandez. He's got a first down and then some. Inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. Blown assignment in the secondary.
Well, the question is, who blew the assignment? Was it Allen or was it Hopkins? Because I know that a linebacker is not supposed to cover a wide receiver, especially Fernandez, but they are talking to Al Harris, number 95. When you look out here to the right of your screen, you're going to see all alone is Fernandez. Nobody's on him. The closest man to him is number 21, Eric Allen.
Outstanding start to the second half of the Raiders offense. It's scoreless at Veterans Stadium with 11 minutes and 20 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Jackson and Smith shifting into the eye. Bo gets it, and Bo goes nowhere. Flags down to the play.
That got to be holding.
It almost looked like Schrader wanted to pitch the ball when he started to hand the ball off to Jackson.
Well, he turned around before the play started and had to move Bo back into the I formation because Bo was lined up wrong.
Offense, number 68, 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down. First down.
Was he holding Reggie?
Bruce Wilkerson, the right tackle in his 3rd year from Tennessee. He's the one called for the hold. The mark off 10 yards back to the 25-yard line. Brings up 1st and 20. Jackson's out. Vance Mueller comes in. They have not gone to the tight end dial all that often. They found Horton earlier in the game. The other tight end. Pressure comes. Mueller out in the flat. It's overthrown.
Well, there was heat on Schrader, but that time he just threw the ball away because Vance Mueller was open, swinging down the sideline, but the ball looked like it just took off on him when he threw the ball.
Only 73 yards so far, and Reggie White double teamed again.
All right, this time it was over Mosbar, but he gets by him, and Giesick, number 63, is holding on to him again, and Reggie's just looking for somebody. I mean, there's no sense in talking to the official because they're not listening, so now he's just talking to the field. Maybe we get some answer from the stripes.
2nd and 20. They double up Galt and Fernandez to the same side. Schrader again with ample time. Now the pocket collapses, and the Eagles get their first sack of the day. It goes to Mike Pitts. Reggie White also in there.
I'm going to tell you what, Reggie White, I'm sorry, folks, we got to keep showing this thing, but eventually they're going to call it because Reggie White is held. There's no question about it. By the time he got rid of everybody that was holding him, he had to fight those guys off. Then he gets in there with Pitts and makes the play. Reggie White, number 92. Watch this. Now tell me he's not being held here. Look at this. He's turned completely around, finally gets away, and then Pitts and White make the tackle.
He was working up against the rookie right guard, Steve Wisniewski, out of Penn State.
Now you know what he was talking about yesterday. They're holding him on every play, and they really are.
Loss of 7 on the sack. Brings up a 3rd and 27, movement on the left side of the line. Another penalty to the Raiders. Rory Graves, John Giesick, both lifting up.
You know, Joel, this drive started at the 15.
False start. Offense. Number 76. 5-yard penalty.
Raiders are moving themselves now right out of field goal position.
They certainly are. They had their drive didn't start at the 15. The drive started back upfield, but at the actually at the 37-yard line, their own. But the last first down they had was at the 15-yard line, and now they're back at the 37.
So now it's 3rd and forever. 3rd and 32. Outside of the 37-yard line. Buddy Ryan has told us before, his defense sets the tempo for the entire team. They play off the emotions of the defense for the most part. Schrader on the deep drop. Pressure comes. Nobody there as he was hit by Jerome Brown when he was releasing the ball.
Boy, you know, when you get a team in a situation, Joel, where it's 3rd down and 32 yards to go, especially this defensive line, they just had no run responsibility whatsoever, and they took the Los Angeles Raiders out of field goal position from the 15-yard line because it would be a 55-yard field goal if they tried it. Now they have to punt.
So the Raiders, after holding on to the ball almost 5.5 minutes, come up without a point. Gossett into punted away to Henry Gizmo Williams. The wobbler is going to hit around the 5 and goes into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So the Raiders waste one of their worst, or one of their best drives of the day, and the penalties really killed them. A 37-yard punt. When we come back, the Eagles will have it for the first time in the second half. Eagles defense is getting this sold-out crowd back into the game at Veterans Stadium this week. Welcome you back to Philadelphia. I'm Joel Myers along with Paul McGuire. It's scoreless with 9.5 minutes left in the 3rd. Cunningham on the pitch to Byers. Byers pays for those 2 yards he just picked up close to 3. Mike Wise delivering the blow for the Los Angeles Raiders. Randall Cunningham in the first half. Only 5 of 11 for 37 yards. Very similar to what happened last Sunday.
All right, we're looking at Howie Long now. He's starting this game, and Howie has had some problems with his leg, but this time he does the job he's supposed to do. He cuts it back to the inside, makes Ron Heller to tackle. He holds him up, and his job is done as long as that runner has to go inside of him and he gets help from the linebackers.
Tony can't get away from Greg Townsend. The loss is back to the 19 near the 20-yard line. A loss of 3. It'll bring up 3rd and 10. Miami leading by 4 at home over the improving Green Bay Packers. Buffalo still throwing a shutout of the New York Jets. Houston pulling away in the first half from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Another touchdown today for Herschel Walker. And now Washington gets a score to go up by a dozen on Tampa Bay. So Mark Rippon threw a 10-yard touchdown pass to Gary Clark. Eagles 2 of 7 in the first half and 3rd down conversions. 3rd and 10. Cunningham has room again across the 25. Near the first down. I believe he's got it. Just across the 30. When in doubt, let Randall take care of it.
Well, Randall will make some things happen by running the ball. And when he's running the ball, he also knows where the yard marker is. And you can see him now. Take a look at Howie Long now. He's going to get himself caught in the inside. Gets double teamed there. But watch what Cunningham does when he runs. He goes right now. He looks and sees the marker and knows that I have to pick up 3 more yards to get the first down. Bang, and he gets it.
Cunningham has almost twice as many yards on the ground today as throwing the ball. 6 carries for a total of 57 yards now. Dumped off. Keith Byers has it across the 35 on 1st and 10. Pickup of almost 9 yards to the 39. Put down by Jerry Robinson. So when we came over today, we thought the Raiders were going to go to the short passing game because of the pressure of the Philadelphia Eagles defensive front. But so far over the first half and the first 5-6 minutes of the 3rd quarter, it's been the Eagles that have been going to their backs in the flat.
Well, you know, of all the passes that Cunningham's completed, he's only completed 1 to a wide receiver, and that's Ron Johnson. Just 1. Everything else has been to the backs or the tight end.
2nd and short. Cunningham again on the little one to Keith Byers for a first down near the 45-yard line.
When you talk about the maturity of Randall Cunningham, you look at how patient he is. Now he runs for a first down on a 3rd down situation. He looks and sees where the yard marker is. This time he's very patient. He takes 2, 5-yard patterns, picks up another first down. This is what you call a maturing quarterback. He will be patient with his offense.
Higgs is in there. First carry of the day. Is he ever hit? Loose ball. Cunningham dives. He's got it. Randall Cunningham with the recovery. So alert, although the Raiders say they have it now.
That was Benson that hit Tony.
That was Mark Higgs on his first carries. He just came in.
Oh, excuse me, Higgs. But it was Benson, I believe. 154. Oh, was that awesome.
Recovered by Cunningham.
There it comes. Watch this. You're right, it is Higgs, and there comes Benson. Goodness.
That even hurt on the replay.
Oh, yeah. Cunningham's right there. They only lost 2 yards on the play.
Higgs needs a break after that. The shot delivered by Tom Benson. Fires back in there. Cunningham in trouble. Townsend can't get him. Golick misses. Cunningham still on the move. And overthrows Tony. Is he ever amazing?
He is amazing, and it's really frustrating. And you'll notice one thing about with officials when Cunningham is in a ball game. The in-the-grass rule is almost like it's forgotten. We don't use that anymore because you don't have him in the grass unless he's on the ground. Cunningham gets away from Townsend, gets away from Golick, and I know it's got to make these guys talk to themselves. That's what's so frustrating. You have a shot at him, but yet you can't bring him down. Here it comes right now. Townsend's the first guy. The move to the outside. Watch his shirt comes down. There's his shoulder pad sticking out. Now here comes Golick. I've got him. No, I don't have him. I put that big arm around him. Howie Long hesitated for a second, and Cunningham gets the ball away.
3rd and 12. Eagles have it at their own 43. Cunningham working out of the shotgun. Has time. It's batted down. He wanted to go up the middle to Ron Johnson. Knocked down just beyond the line of scrimmage. The Raiders defense starting off just like we saw their defense in the first half, doing a good job of putting pressure on the quarterback and also stopping the running attack.
You know, it almost looked like the ball hit Ron Heller in the back, the big right tackle, because none of the guys took credit for it on the Raiders side of the ball.
Telchik in to punt once again. Bobby Joe Edmonds. A couple of years ago, he led the NFL in punt returns. He's back at the Raiders' 16-yard line. Telchik really turns over a beauty. It'll be Edmonds from the 10. Dancing his way across the 20. Outstanding return by Bobby Joe Edmonds. 14 yards to the 24-yard line after a 47-yard punt by John Telchik. We'll be right back to Veterans Stadium. It's still scoreless with 5:52 left in the 3rd.
I thought he hit his own man, Ron Heller. Look at here. Here's Mike Wise, number 90. Is the guy's going to knock the ball down. But what happened, actually, he knocks it down. But look at how just above the head of Heller. He hit Heller in the head. Good
First
play.
and 10 for the Raiders now outside of their own 24-yard line. Jackson, the eyes, they shift out with Steve Smith in the backfield. Bo Jackson on the pitch. No support on the play. And he loses a yard back at the 22. Andre Waters, the strong safety, coming up quickly on the run support. Oh, that last pass play reminds me of what Jerry Robinson told me yesterday in talking to the Eagles linebacker. I asked him about the arch that Randall Cunningham puts on his passes because that was a flat one from Cunningham. He said, you know that arch in St. Louis? That's got nothing on the arch that Cunningham puts on his passes. Not the last one, though. Jackson, 12 carries, only 34 yards.
I still like his line about when Cunningham's dangerous. That's the best I've ever heard.
Only when his heart's beating and he's breathing. 2nd and a dozen. They're moving the pocket for Schrader. Buy some time. Over the middle, Dials got it for a first down. They say he was down across the 35. It's a first down at the 36-yard line.
Schrader, this is just a straight run out of here. Now watch, he'll come out and he bails out to his right. And Pitts is being knocked down. He's double teamed. This just heads up play because to find Dial there and downfield was Al Harris. Now we talk about Reggie being held. Is he held here? How about this?
Not at all.
No? Well, that's kind of a step over toe hold deal by Wisniewski. He's learning.
Taking lessons from the WWF.
The rookie is learning. I like that. It's a good play if you don't get caught.
1st and 10 for the Raiders. Their own 36-yard line. Schrader in trouble. Here comes Joyner. He's got him for the sack. second sack of the afternoon, the second in the second half for the Philadelphia Eagles.
You know, you see Joyner, him making that sack, but there was one-on-one coverage all the way downfield. And you have Fernandez and Galt going downfield along with Dial, a tight end. There are only 3 people back covering, and this is where you start gambling on defense. And when you have 3 people covering like that, you're sending 8.
The loss is back to the 31, bringing up a 2nd and 15. They still don't bring in that extra wide receiver, though. They stay with Fernandez and Galt. Pressure again. He goes up for Jackson. It's intercepted by Jenkins. Flags down. It's taken to the 30. Down inside the 30 to the 24-yard line. Flags down, though, in the offensive backfield.
I got to believe that they're holding. Clyde Simmons is really upset because, I mean, they're just grabbing him all over the place. And this time it was Wilkerson again. Now, it's going to hold up. You see Big Clyde walking off. I mean, they're holding everybody. They're pulling their jerseys out of socket here.
Bo Jackson was the intended target on that pass.
All right, now let's just take a look up on the top side. Now that's Jenkins, and he's up there with Willie Galt. Now, is that holding? Is that little contact beyond 5 yards? We got plays all over the place. Jenkins makes the play, but Clyde Simmons is the guy that eventually gets held. And that's what that was called. That call was made. That's reversed.
Jimmy Giles is the tight end in there for the Eagles now. Keith Jackson out with a sprained ankle. Play action for Cunningham. Going up top, it's complete. Down to Ron Johnson at the 11-yard line. Eddie Anderson into the stop. It's all tied up now at Cincinnati. The Bengals are trying to bounce back from a 7-point loss to the Dolphins last week. The Oilers and Vikings in control of their 2 games. And Washington still maintaining that 12-point lead.
Here comes Johnson. He's the only wide receiver with a catch. This becomes his second one. He makes his catch here, then draws a crowd.
The running play. Tony won't give up inside the 5. Here's near another first down. Perseverance by Anthony Tony.
The 2 defenses on the field today have played so well and really contained all the people that they've had to contain. Cunningham, Bo Jackson, but all of a sudden a turnover. And that one turnover going into this game. Remember, Philadelphia led the league with 24 turnovers. Another turnover here. They're looking for first down. It is first down.
They've got it by the nose of the football.
Eventually, something has to break.
Art Shell, 2-0 as the Raiders head coach after victories over the New York Jets on Monday night and last Sunday at the Coliseum, defeating the Kansas City Chiefs 20-14. 3 tight ends in there now. The goal line situation is they have taped the ankle of Keith Jackson. He's back in there along with Jimmy Giles and David Little. Tony will get it. He stopped short of the goal line inside the 1. 11th carry of the day for Anthony Tony. A total of 40 yards.
Just go straight ahead and do it again. You pick up a yard on this deal right here. Tony's going in. Byers, you see him when the 41 gets knocked off. Heller does not get a block. The defense is all bunched up in the middle. But you did pick up a yard. Now you have a yard to go. You have 3 downs to do it in. Don't try anything fancy.
Same formation for the Eagles. Byers, Tony in the backfield. 2nd and goal at the 1. Cunningham over the top. Touchdown Eagles.
Nothing fancy.
Eliminating the element of risk. In a bad exchange on a handoff, Cunningham will take care of it himself. That's his 7th carry of the day.
And he's their number 1 rusher. Why not?
He's got 58 yards. Now a touchdown run as well. Zendejas in for the point after try to the hold of John Telchik. It's perfect. And there's our first score of the day as the Eagles capitalize on that turnover, the interception by Izell Jenkins. A minute 56 left in the third, and the Eagles get their first touchdown. Philadelphia Joel Myers along with Paul McGuire, a 1-yard touchdown run by that young man out of UNLV, Randall Cunningham, giving the Eagles the first score of the afternoon as they took it from the 24 of the Raiders.
What a pleasant person he is, isn't he? Randall Cunningham. I mean, he really is a genuinely nice guy. Quiet. Not out here, he's not quiet.
He's a leader. Zendejas with a high end-over-ender, a very short one taken to the 12 by Bobby Joe Edmonds. Edmonds finding a lane that closes in a hurry with a flag down to the play across the 25 to the 27. Jesse Small. One of the draft choices, and one of the 4 draft choices for the Philadelphia Eagles. They have the fewest total of draft picks in the NFL this year. The Raiders were second in that category with only 5.
Number 87.
Ty Ellert, number 58, is coming off limping. They're helping him off the field.
We'd like to remind you, many of you on NBC will see the second half of our doubleheader, a homecoming of sorts for Bill Walsh, along with Dick Enberg. The 49ers will be taking on the New England Patriots at Stanford Stadium. Of course, Bill, the head coach of the 49ers for so many years, but before that, the head coach of the Stanford Cardinal. And then some of you will see Denver and Seattle at the Kingdome, the second half of our NFL doubleheader. Smith and Jackson in the eye of the backfield on 1st and 10 for the Raiders after the holding call. Takes it back to the 18-yard line. Jackson, best run so far, across the 30, head over heels near the 35 to the 36 for a first down.
There's some excellent blocking on the right side. You're talking about Wisniewski, Wilkerson, and they're blocking. When he goes, take a look left of your screen, just that little bit of a hole. When he sees that little hole, Clyde Simmons, 96, gets knocked to the outside. The blocking is perfect. Bo picks up, what, 15, 16 yards?
16 yards exactly for a Raider first down. 50 yards so far for Bo Jackson after gaining 85 last week. Do you think they miss Marcus Allen just a little bit? And what about Timmy Brown?
Marcus say wouldn't play in the same backfield with him at the same time? I think he would.
Steve Berline in there at quarterback now for the Raiders. Jackson again with flags on the play. Dead ball penalty coming up.
Offense.
Berline relieved in the latter stages of the third quarter last week, but he was only 1 of 5 in the passing department for 15 yards as he's hit almost 60% so far this season.
Offense, right guard, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That's Steve Wisniewski, the rookie from Penn State.
There's Jay Schrader. You know, the Raiders have always done this. They won't hesitate in making a change, and it doesn't make any difference where it is on the field, whether it's quarterback or not. They'll just go just to get something else happening in the ball game.
And when Art Shell was asked about the move last week when he went to Steve Berline, he goes, I'll make it when I get the feel for it, when I think we need a change, when we need a boost. Berline on 1st and 15 to Fernandez. He's out of bounds across the 35. 37-yard line. Forced out there by outside linebacker Seth Joyner. There is a flag down to the opposite side of the field, though, as Andre Waters, the strong safety, is talking to one of the officials. The illegal use of hands call against Philadelphia. Was it Waters?
I love this. I mean, the guy makes the call, right? And all he's got to do is tell it to the referee. Say illegal use of hands.
Illegal use of the hands. Defense, number 46, 5 yards.
See how easy that was? But it takes like almost a minute.
It's called on Izell Jenkins. Penalties very similar. 6 for the Raiders, 5 for the Eagles. But that's a costly one because it's an automatic first down for Los Angeles. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. They're outside of their own 35. This all started back at the Los Angeles 23. Berline, his second pass attempt, knocked away by Joyner. Flags down out of the secondary once again.
Well, I got to believe that they're going to call this on Andre Waters for holding Bo Jackson as Bo comes around. He's coming out of the backfield. Andre Waters just steps up and grabs him. But now they're going to, what they call an offensive pass interference? The Bo grabbed him. It was strange. Waters was there. And the flag was thrown at the direction of Bo.
Offense, number 84, 10-yard penalty, repeat the down, first down.
That's the tight end, Mike Dial.
Yeah, I know that's Dial, but they threw the flag right at Waters and Bo Jackson. He was standing there, and I just thought maybe they caught Bo, but they caught that man, number 84, Dial.
Well, it was almost a mistake-free first half, and now yellow is a prominent color in the third quarter with 31 seconds left. First and 20 for the Raiders. Back at their own 25-yard line. Pressure comes. Burline gets it away. It's intercepted by Evans at the 30. Down to the 20. He's put down near the 17. Byron Evans.
They had a lot of people in Burline's face, and I think it might have been Mike Golick, Bob Golick's little brother.
There is a flag down, though.
But they call it a holding against.
We have illegal demonstration.
Illegal demonstration.
By number 56. 5-yard penalty. First down. 5 yards.
Okay, number 90 is Mike Golick. Look at this. He beats his man. He gets in the face. Evans picks up the interception and also an illegal demonstration.
You like that call?
I love this call.
I can tell.
The pressure is coming up the middle. Reggie White is on Mosbar there, but here's Mike Golick, number 90, right in Burline's face. He throws the ball. This is what causes interceptions. You give credit to the defensive line. The linebacker made the interception, and he got a demonstration penalty. I love that.
We had a lot of fun with both Golick brothers yesterday. First and 10. The 21-yard line. Cunningham into the end zone for Giles. Overthrows his tight end.
I can't believe what Bob Golick told you yesterday.
Yeah, it was incredible. We had talked earlier to Mike Golick, who took some shots at his older brother, Bob Golick, the nose tackle, number 79, starting today for the Los Angeles Raiders, as Mike just made that big play for the Eagles defensive unit. When we told Bob what Mike had said in the Eagle locker room earlier, he said, "He's not my brother. The police just dropped him off at the doorstep."
But Mike said that their parents liked Michael better than Bob. Now, there's Bob there in the game. But they said that they like him, and Bob said that he's really not his brother. I like that.
Second and 10. Ball close to the 22 of Los Angeles. Carter was the motion man. Cunningham rolling in that direction into the end zone. Overthrows Ron Johnson.
Well, you know, here's another one. We've got Chris Carter and Ron Johnson in the same spot, and I know even though Cunningham is rolling that way, it's not supposed to be. Now, there's Johnson. 85, and Carter is 80. Now watch who comes into the picture. I mean, Haynes covers both of them. You don't need all those other guys back down there. You don't need 48 Washington or Eddie Anderson.
Haynes is in there due to back spasms to the starting cornerback, Terry McDaniel. And they are very, very high on Terry McDaniel in his first year out of Tennessee. He only lasted 2 games last year before breaking his leg.
Let's also clear this up. The Golicks had dinner together. The whole family is here in Philadelphia, so they all had dinner together last night.
Out of the shotgun, 3rd and 10 for Cunningham. Again into the corner, overthrowing Johnson, overthrowing everyone.
He did it on purpose. He's going to come away with a 3. He's not going to throw the ball away. Bob Golick is down.
I think he's just exhausted.
He is tired. I mean, they're chasing Cunningham all over the place, but that time Randall Cunningham threw the ball away.
It'll be a 39-yard field goal attempt for Luis Zendejas out of the hold of John Telchik. He'll put it down near the 29-yard line. Zendejas has already missed a 41-yard attempt. Exchange is good. Kick on its way. And it's wide left. It looked like it may have hit the outside of the upright.
You know, Telchik made a great play just getting the ball down because it was high. There is a penalty on the play. Wait a minute. It's against the defense and against the Raiders. Here he comes. Let's get this one straight now.
Offside. Number 25 lined up in the neutral zone. 5 yards. Repeat, 4th down.
Cornerback Dan Land. Hadn't mentioned his name all day. What a way to get mentioned, huh? On an offside penalty on 4th down with a missed field goal. And that time, Telchik did a great job just getting the ball down because the snap was high.
Move it 5 yards closer. It'll be a 34-yard attempt for Luis Zendejas. Doesn't make a mistake the second time. He still has a hook on it, but it's through the uprights and good. A little shaky there for Luis. They're not chanting Louis in the background either.
No, they're not.
There's a time out of the field. As once again the Raiders capitalize, or rather the Eagles capitalize on the Raiders' quarters as they've outscored the Raiders 10-0 here in the 3rd quarter. First play of the 4th quarter, the kickoff taken in the end zone by Timmy Ware for a touchback. As we welcome you back to Veterans Stadium, I'm Joel Myers along with Paul McGuire. And now those 2 turnovers really costly for the LA Raiders because now they translate into 10 points for the Philadelphia Eagles.
You know, if you can, when you start making mistakes in a ball game, and that's the first thing coaches will talk to you about when you're getting ready to do a game. What was the problem last week? We turned the ball over. Here the Raiders have turned the ball over 2 times in a ball game, 10 points. And they have not scored a point. That's what breaks your back.
Berline back in there at quarterback. He replaced Jay Schrader in the last series for the Los Angeles Raiders. More and more it appears the quarterback spot is going to be a problem for the Los Angeles Raiders, especially over the last 2 to 3 weeks. There's Bo Jackson breaking it across the 30 for a first down to the 32. You can't forget, though, that the Raiders traded Jim Lachey, a great offensive lineman, for Jay Schrader in that Redskins deal.
All right, and here comes Bo Jackson to the left. Just watch Bo. He's picking his spots here, and he's getting some excellent blocking out front. Giesick, number 63, gets a super block. And, you know, when you watch Bo run with the ball, especially left and right, when he's going wide, everybody gets tense in here. It gets very quiet because if he gets in the open, it's all over.
63 yards now for Jackson on 14 carries. First and 10 for the Raiders, their own 32-yard line. Movement on the line. The Eagles get back in time. Yes, they did. Berline's in trouble. Goes up and over Fernandez.
Did you see this play?
Slow motion.
It did. It really looked like slow motion.
Clyde Simmons bearing down on Jay Schrader, and now a fight breaks out as we look at some of the other scores in the 7th week of the NFL season. There's Mike Golick.
Now, this is going to be one of those double dipper deals, right? They're going to name a couple of guys and offsetting. There's no sense even throwing the flags if you do that, though. .14:03 left in the 4th quarter. Joe, that looks like slow motion. Philadelphia, they looked like they were offside. They got back. The ball was snapped. The Raiders kind of stopped. It was almost as if the Raider offensive line said, should I move or not? Yeah, they didn't know.
Personal foul, defense. Personal foul, offense.
Offsetting. Second down. I love that.
Boy, you really call him well, Paul. Really call him well.
I will tell you, that's the dumbest thing in the world to do. Just separate them and get on with it.
Miami extending their lead to 11 now over Green Bay at Joe Robbie Stadium. Still real good days for the Oilers and the Vikings. Washington now pulling away. Gerald Riggs just pushed across a 5-yard touchdown run for the Redskins. Buddy trying to talk to his troops. Say, listen, let's not get complacent here. You only have a 10-point lead, especially with a guy like Bo Jackson. Willie Gull, Fernandez on the outside. They got to make something happen. This offense has to make something happen for the Raiders. 2nd and 10. The ball at the 32-yard line. Jackson, Smith in the backfield. Berline going over the middle for Dial. Does he get it? Yes, it's taken into the 35. He took it away from Wes Hopkins. You know, it's just a matter of time. And it looks like Dial is hurt. He's going off on his own.
But Dial takes the ball away from Hopkins here. They threw one to Ethan Horton. Remember, one-on-one coverage. Now you're going to see Dial coming off the line of scrimmage right now. Joyner breaks to the outside. Hopkins has him man for man. Jenkins, 46, can't get there in time. This was excellent coverage, but a super job by the tight end Dial to go and get the ball.
37 yards on the completion. First and 10 for 35. Jackson on the pick, turns it in. Gets about 3 down near the 32-yard line. Wrapped up by Reggie White. The Raiders had an outstanding drive as we look at Art Shell. And I love what Art Shell told us yesterday about Raider tradition, because now every Wednesday or Thursday after practice, all the players just kind of hang out and he tells Raider stories about great days and the Raider history. Just trying to keep the tradition alive.
Wasn't it amazing? An 11-year veteran like Jerry Robinson saying, man, I'm sitting there with goosebumps listening to stories of older guys, and Shell is bringing that back to the Raiders.
Second, close to 7. Ball of the 32. Furline going over to the left side. The pattern was cut off, though, and broken off by Mervin Fernandez. So a breakdown in communication there as Furline just has a puzzled look on his face.
You want to know who broke it off? How about Reggie White and Clyde Simmons? They almost broke off Furline's arm. I mean, they were in his face. The pattern was broken off, but I think it was a lot of help by the defensive line.
So now a critical third down coming up for the Los Angeles Raiders with 12:31 left in the fourth. They are 5 of 11 on third down conversions. This is the best field position they've enjoyed in the second half. Still third and close to 8. Furline has time. He'll run it near the first down marker. He's down at the 25-yard line. I believe he's short by about a half a yard, though.
He had to get almost to the 24-yard line, and he didn't get there. Will they try a field goal? I've got to believe this is 4-down territory for them if they don't have it. 3 doesn't help. They need 7. Here comes Furline out of the pocket. Now he's being chased. Evans is there, but he does not get the first down. And here's where the crowd comes into play, right here.
For the last few seasons, the crowd at Veterans Stadium, we've been told regularly.
Better hurry up. He's down to 5 seconds. 4.
They play off the emotion of the defense. 4th and inches. Smith over the top. I believe he's got the first down. Steve Smith near the 24-yard line. Third year out of Penn State. So the Raiders went for it on 4th and inches.
The clock almost ran out on them. They were down to 2 seconds on the 30-second clock.
They'll bring in the chains for a measurement.
He's
pretty confident, aren't you?
He's got it by the nose of the ball. It's going to be first down either way.
Great call, Paul. Great call.
Hey, I knew. I'm right in the game.
They've got it.
First down.
Furline trying to make things happen for head coach Art Shell. They brought him in late in the third quarter.
Furline just a handoff. Right up over the top goes Steve Smith, and he gets the first down. Not by much, though, just by the nose of the ball. That's all you need.
They keep Smith in the backfield with Vance Mueller. Schrader with time again. Going for Willie Gault. Touchdown Raiders. Great protection in the pocket for Schrader.
I'm going to tell you something. They're going to get another penalty, and Clyde Simmons is going to get one if he doesn't get out of the referee's face, because they're all screaming and yelling that they're being held. And the Raiders ought to just get out of there and just go up to the line of scrimmage and let's let everybody else fight over what's going on. There's Brown being pushed out of there. Simmons, they all believe that they're being held.
There's Freddie Biletnikoff, Hall of Fame receiver for the Raiders.
What a great move by Willie Gault. He went to the inside, ran a post corner pattern, and just left everybody to the inside. He was wide open for the touchdown.
So Galt finally comes up with a reception. Coming into the game, he only had 5 catches over the last 5 games. It's a 24-yard touchdown pass. Jaeger in for the point after try. Out of the hold of Gossett. It's good. And the difference is now down to a field goal at Veterans Stadium. Willie Galt with the first points of the day for the Los Angeles Raiders on the pass from Steve Berline. Be right back after these messages from your local station.
The double team is on Reggie White there, and Willie Galt just makes a superb move to the inside, back to the outside. Nobody there, and the pass was right on target.
Sherman and Higgs waiting for the kickoff. It bounces into the end zone. It'll be a touchback after the kickoff from Jeff Jaeger. An 80-yard, 8-play drive by the LA Raiders. When we come back, the Eagles leading by 3 will have it at their own. It was to the advantage of the Los Angeles Raiders to keep it a low-scoring affair, and they've done exactly that. They only trail by 3 after the 8-play, 80-yard drive, culminating on the 24-yard touchdown pass from Berline to Willie Galt. Bill Walsh back at Stanford Stadium with Dick Enberg. The second game of our doubleheader as the Patriots take on the 49ers. A homecoming for Bill Walsh. You can see it on NBC. Some of you will also see Denver at the Kingdome taking on the Seahawks in a big AFC Western Division matchup. I'm Joel Myers along with Paul McGuire. A 10-7 lead for the Philadelphia Eagles with 11:06 left in the fourth quarter. The Raiders wanted to depend upon their defensive unit, just like they have over the last 2 games. Last week, they said they wanted to beat up on Christian Okoye, wear him down. They did exactly that. And for the most part, they've stopped Randall Cunningham and the Eagles' offense. 1st and 10 from the 20. It's Anthony Toney across the 25, doing most of it on his own to the 27-yard line. Cincinnati on 4 Jim Breach field goals. The last one giving them a 3-point lead over the Indianapolis Colts. First points of the day finally come for the Jets in the fourth quarter on a field goal from Pat Leahy. Houston still shutting out Pittsburgh. Tight one in Kansas City. 2nd and 3. The pitch goes to Byers. Byers losing yardage. Only to the 26. Loses a yard. It'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Howie Long makes a great play to the outside, and he's the guy that really makes the tackle. And it just shows some of his range is coming back.
For some reason today, and we saw the Eagles in the first week of the season against the Seattle Seahawks, they are not taking as many chances offensively.
No, they're not. A very conservative ball club. We're going to see Howie Long coming out here. Just take a look at Long. Down the line of scrimmage. Gets forced back to the inside by Mike Harden, and Long there to make the play. Excellent play.
Homecoming today for Howie Long. But his college ball at Villanova. 3rd and 4. Cunningham in the flat, and it's dropped. He went after Greg Garrity for the first time today. Coverage by Zeph Lee, former USC Trojan in his 3rd year. So right away, 3 downs and a punt for the Philadelphia Eagles.
2 running plays. One that picked up like 7 yards on 1st down, and then they ran wide to Byers. It loses a couple of yards. Excellent play by the defense, and then a conservative pass to the outside. There's only a 3-point lead. You can't just sit on that. The Raiders like the way they ran that offense.
Barring a turnover, the Raiders should get exceptional field position with Bobby Joe Edmonds waiting for the punt from John Telchik. He's back near the 27-yard line. Returnable type for Edmonds at the 31, across the 40. Outstanding field position for the next offensive series for the Los Angeles Raiders. A 44-yard punt, an 11-yard return, and when we come back, the Raiders only down by 3. Will have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. It's turned out to be a beautiful autumn afternoon at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia after we saw rain 3 of the last 4 days here. 1st and 10 at the 42 for the Raiders. Bo Jackson getting blocks, breaking tackles. He's near the midfield stripe. 8-yard carry for Bo Jackson. Finally bulldogged down by Clyde Simmons.
Well, Wes Hopkins just learned something about professional football, that you don't try to bump Bo Jackson down. Watch how quick Bo gets to the hole. Smith gets a block right there. Bo's back to the inside. Here comes Hopkins, 48. Look at this. All you do is knock him off stride a little bit. Didn't knock him down. Clyde Simmons makes the play, but Bo picked up 8 yards. Better put your arms around that guy.
73 yards. 16 carries now for Bo Jackson. He stays in the backfield along with Steve Smith on 2nd and short, 2nd and 2. Missed handoff. Berline in no man's land. And he loses 3 back to the 47, near the 48.
Berline looked like he was trying to give the ball to Steve Smith, number 35. Now, whether Smith ran the play too wide, you don't know. Smith is upset. Is he upset with himself? But this is not a pass play. This is a running play. And it looks like he just missed the handoff.
Sold-out crowd at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. I'm Joel Myers along with Paul McGuire. Critical 3rd down coming up for the Raiders with 8 minutes and 23 seconds left in the 4th. They are 5 of 12 on 3rd down conversion. It's 3rd and 4 near the 48. Pressure comes on Berline. Quick out. Fernandez has it. And Fernandez has the 1st down near the 45. He pushed back the cornerback, Izell Jenkins, and came back on the ball.
This was perfect timing between Berline and Fernandez. And Jenkins was there to make the coverage. There's nothing you can do about it. When that timing is that good, all you want to do now is make sure he doesn't get a touchdown and stop him. He has the 1st down already.
Regardless of the outcome today, Steve Berline may be winning himself a starting job. Jackson in the eye behind Smith on 1st and 10 to the 46. Bo Jackson plows it up the middle for very little. Gain of about 4 after all is said and done near the 42-yard line. Bo talking a little bit with Evans and some of the Eagles.
Those yardage kind of creeps up on you, doesn't it?
He had 85 yards last week. And that was after only 2 full days of practice.
Well, Bo said, all I want to do is help the best way I know how, and that's by getting the ball to him.
2nd and 6 at the 42. Jackson on the pitch. They turn Jackson inside, but he still breaks tackles. A yard short of the 1st down to the 37. The tightest one up top at Riverfront Stadium as the Bengals try to rebound from that 7-point loss to the Dolphins. Houston and Minnesota on their way to victories. And Tampa Bay coming back. Vinny Testaverde with a touchdown pass to Bruce Hill, a 22-yarder. The Buccaneers are down by only 8 now. Dallas will fall to 0-7. Another big 3rd down.
They really worked Bo in this 2nd half. He looks a little tired.
3rd and 1. Dumping off for Smith. He's got it. He's got the 1st down. Steve Smith on the reception. And Berline did a good job of just getting rid of the ball.
Seth Joyner was in his face. He was blitzing at that time. Now Smith, I don't know whether he's supposed to check up the linebacker or not. It doesn't make any difference because Berline read it right away. Right of your screen. Smith goes out. There's Joyner. He couldn't have blocked him anyway. And that ball was dumped up in the air. That gives you a chance to get underneath the ball. Smith made the catch, picked up the 1st down. Now they're in field goal range.
And don't forget, the Raider defense set this all up by holding the Eagles when they started their last drive at their own 20-yard line and couldn't pick up a 1st down. Up the middle goes Smith. He's got 6 yards, close to 7 on the carry.
You know what happened on that last play? They caught the Eagles in a shift, and they talked to us yesterday about this. The Schrader was saying that, well, sometimes they'll shift, moving the whole offense or defensive line, and when they do that, if we can get them in a quick count, then we've got them sitting back on their heels. They did at that time and picked up 7 yards on the play.
Steve Smith now, 8 carries, 32 yards. He started at fullback to Penn State's national championship team back in '86. He stays in the backfield with Bo Jackson. It gets the pitch. And Jackson put down in a hurry. He loses a yard back to the 25. Looked like Clyde Simmons was knifing through. He got Jackson around the ankles.
Jerome Brown is very slow getting up. He's all right. Let's go right down the line of scrimmage. Brown is 99. Now here they come up inside, and that is Jerome Brown that gets a piece of him at that point. But he was pushed into Bo Jackson.
Third and a long 4 with the ball to the 25. Raiders 50% so far on third down conversion. 7 of 14. Long count. Burline trying to draw them off. Burline over the middle. Smith again has the first down, lunging to the 20-yard line.
Awful lot of patience on this football team, this Raider football team. Remember the one thing that man right there told us yesterday, the confidence factor that's back into this football team. They do not believe anymore that they're out of a football game, no matter what the score is, no matter what the odds are.
The one thing that stands out in my mind from Marshall yesterday, he's talking about getting everybody tough again. He said execution brings about toughness. It's not a big fight or a head slap or whatever, but execution. Right now they're executing. Smith's got it again. He's got 4 yards on the carry. Going to the 16-yard line on 1st and 10. Clock continues to roll. Under 3:45 left in the 4th. Jaeger has missed 1 field goal already. Looking down the road, he has missed 1 field goal already today. That was a 28-yard attempt. He came into the contest 7 of 10. He's now 7 of 11. He's hit a 50-yarder. That was last Sunday in a win over the Chiefs.
Here you got Willie Gault one-on-one on the outside with Eric Allen, number 21.
The pitch to Jackson on 2nd down. They get to Bo Jackson in a hurry. No gain on the carry. A loss of possibly a yard. Yes, a loss back to the 16.
Yeah, but the guy that made the play again is that man right on your screen, and that's Jerome Brown.
He's a workaholic ball.
He really is, and that's twice now. He's just caved Bo in.
Well, the Eagles hold on 3rd down deep in their own territory. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Gault to one side, Fernandez to the other. On 3rd and 6 with the ball at the 16. Pressure on Burline, he's down. Back at the 23, near the 24. Seth Joyner, the first win in there for the Eagles. 3rd sack of the day for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Now, Seth Joyner is the guy number 59 that comes in, and he's going to come in from the right-hand side of the screen, which is out in here somewhere, and I don't think that's not him here, I don't believe. But he's going to come in to the inside and then just grab the arm of Burline. Here comes Seth all the way around the other side. He wasn't in the picture, but he grabs the arm of Burline. He almost got the fumble.
It'll be a 42-yard field goal attempt by Jaeger to tie it up. So we wind down to the 2-minute warning. Out of the hold of the punter, Gossett. It's up, and it's on its way in wide right. He pushed it right. Jaeger now 0 for 2 on the afternoon. We have reached the 2-minute warning at Philadelphia, and the Eagles cling to a 3-point lead. The Philadelphia Eagles defensive unit gave up only 5 points to the Phoenix Cardinals last week in a tough afternoon for Jeff Jaeger, the place kicker, now 0 of 2.
Oh, and he knew it as soon as he hit it. I mean, you could tell by the feel on your foot. He just knew that he missed it.
Tony on the carry. Big yardage on 1st and 10 with under 2 minutes left. He's out to the 28-yard line.
I'll tell you right now, if old Eddie Anderson, number 33, wasn't there, Tony would be still running, and that'd be touchdown. Eddie Anderson is the man that comes up and really makes the play.
A gain of 8 on 1st down. A timeout for the Raiders. They've got 2 left at Veterans Stadium.
Number 78 and Mike Shadd, number 79. Shadd is the guard. And watch the cross blocking for these two guys. And if it wasn't for this man here, Eddie Anderson, there's touchdown. Watch this cross blocking first. There's the guard to tackle. There's the hole. And here comes Anderson. And if he doesn't make this play, Tony's gone.
In the second half ball, the Eagles have had 19 offensive plays. Only 19, 10 runs, and 9 passes.
Well, they said they wanted to wear the Raiders down by running the ball at them, but when you only have 19 plays, what's against Phoenix? Phoenix had 29 plays in the second quarter against Philadelphia.
Second, and a little bit better than a yard. Tony going for the first down. He's got it across the 35 near the 40-yard line. Caines, the cornerback, making the stop of the secondary. And now the Raiders stop the clock once again. They've only got one timeout remaining. Indianapolis with their first lead of the day. Jack Trudeau with a 3-yard touchdown pass to Albert Bentley as the Colts take the lead over the Bengals. Minnesota and Houston have been rolling since the outset. Steve Pellor with a 5-yard touchdown run for the Chiefs on their last TD.
See, there's a game you like to see the 2-point play in. You know that? 8 points down. You know, you can't score a touchdown and make a decision to go for it.
And you're talking about Washington, Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Are you going to start lobbying with Art McNally and the rest of the NFL?
Well, when I was in the old AFL, we had the 2-point play. It was exciting. Puts a lot of heat on the coaches, you know.
First and 10 for the Eagles. Minute 38 left. The Raiders with only one timeout remaining. Ball to the 40-yard line. Call Tony's number again. Why not? He stopped the original line, though, for no gain on his 15th carry of the day. Bill Pickell. In for the Raiders, who have just used their final timeout. 61 yards so far for Anthony Tony. And coming up next, many of you will see the Patriots and 49ers at Stanford Stadium. Some of you will also see Denver and Seattle at the Kingdome. And we'd like to remind you this telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Philadelphia Eagles and the NFL is prohibited. And this game is the property of the NFL, the Eagles, and also the Los Angeles Raiders. All rights reserved.
Now the Eagles are down to only one tight end. They lost David Little on that last play, number 89. Keith Jackson has a sprained ankle. And I believe they're going to bring in number 66, Kenny Reeves, and play him at tight end, and he has to report on every single play. There's Little. We'll see if Reeves lines up at tight end. Yes, he is.
Randall Cunningham has thrown for 64 yards today. And there's Reeves, the new tight end due to the injury situation. He has run for 58 yards. They can run out the clock now.
They run
on
for
second and 10
yards now.
Takes a loss on that one. But that further illustrates the conservative game plan that the Philadelphia Eagles, for the most part, have gone with today against the Los Angeles Raiders. They were wide open, though, the first time we saw them against the Seattle Seahawks in that 31-7 victory.
There's no question about it. And this man here, I mean, this team, Art, your team played a tremendous defensive football game.
Played their hearts out.
And just think about it, until late in the second quarter, or late in the third quarter, where finally the turnovers came. There were 2 turnovers by the offense, and at that time, no points on the board, ended up with 10 against them.
Third down, another snap, another knee to the ground for Randall Cunningham.
Doesn't have to.
That's it. That will be it. Randall Cunningham and the Philadelphia Eagles winning their 3rd straight game to raise their record to 5-2.
Hey, buddy, come back, buddy. There's 20 seconds. Buddy, buddy's gone. He's in the locker room.
I guess he wanted to meet with the opposing head coach.
Yeah, but he's coming to his locker room. He'll meet him in there. Art's looking for him.
Art Shell suffering his first setback as the Raiders head coach after taking over 4 games into the season for Mike Shanahan, but they are on their way back with Art Shell at the controls.
There's no doubt in my mind, and I'm going to tell you something. He's taking his time with his team, and he knows that they are only 2 or 3 players away from being back in the dominant team in the AFC West, or absolutely in football.
Their defense, another splendid effort today, Paul. And just think offensively when you've got a Jackson in the backfield, Willie Gault at wide receiver, what they'd be like with Marcus Allen available. He's out for another 2 to 3 weeks. And also Tim Brown, who they lost for the season.
You know, it's an amazing thing, though, if you think about all the Super Bowls, and we've talked about this before, Joel, the teams that go to Super Bowls are defensive football teams. And both of these teams today, the defenses have played so very, very well. And if that is together, the offense will come.
In addition to that, most feel that you can't go to the Super Bowl without a running game. And that's why the Philadelphia Eagles really wanted to make that commitment today.
Well, remember that they didn't have any at all in preseason. They didn't have that much against Seattle when they played them in the first game. And that's the one thing that they really have to work on. There's Cunningham and Shell.
Don't forget, coming up on many of these NBC stations, the Patriots and the 49ers at Stanford Stadium. And also Denver taking on the Seattle Seahawks in the second half of our football doubleheader. So it was a tight affair, a defensive struggle between the Eagles. There's Reggie White. He's got more hurries than anyone else on the defensive front. And now it's time for our MVP, sponsored by Budweiser. Today's most valuable player, Randall Cunningham. Did it on the ground for the most part today. And Budweiser is going to make a contribution to the United Way on behalf of Randall Cunningham, selected as our MVP in today's game. Watched the show on television here last night in Philadelphia. He's really having a lot of fun. He's doing it all.
And I'm going to tell you something. He will not hesitate to run to make something happen in this football team. If the passing game isn't working, he will start the running game himself. And that's the one thing that, the Raiders talking to them yesterday, Joel, and the teams that play the Philadelphia Eagles, what they're mostly afraid of is his running ability.
And that's what frustrates most teams. Brilliant coverage downfield, and all of a sudden you see him coming at you with a running lane available.
And again, they timed him. They didn't. They never timed quarterbacks in the 40.
Right.
So he wanted to be timed. He saw everybody else being timed. He said, "I want to be timed." So he runs a 4.5 40. Now that's not too bad. That's this kind of team.
Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. So the Philadelphia Eagles raise their record to 5-2 with a 3-point win over the LA Raiders. The Raiders fall now to 3-4. So they have their 2-game winning streak snapped, but you have to like what you saw from the Los Angeles Raiders defensive unit. And the Philadelphia Eagles, well, they've got to worry about that offensive attack because they did not really try to open things up at all today.
Well, with Quick out and then you lose Jackson, I mean, those are two of your starters and the key people that Randall Cunningham throws the ball to.
Don't forget the second half of our doubleheader coming up. The New England Patriots taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Some of you will also see Denver at Seattle. The second half of our NBC doubleheader. So stay tuned. So the Philadelphia Eagles get it done for the most part on the ground today. They did not go up top with Randall Cunningham, but they stuck with it on the ground. Quick exit by the head coach of the Eagles, Buddy Ryan.
There's still like 20-some seconds, but Buddy knew, wait a minute. He said, look, you can't run any more plays. They don't have any more timeouts. We're not going to take a timeout. Let me get in there and get a little warmer. It's been a beautiful day, Buddy, but I can understand leaving early. You don't want to be overrun by the crowd.
There's a great shot. The executive producer of NBC Sports is Terry O'Neill. Great shots we were provided with today. Our producer, George Finkel, and our director, Brian Sheriff. The Eagles win it by 3, 10-7 over the Los Angeles Raiders. I'm Joel Myers. For my partner, Paul McGuire, thank you for joining us, and stay tuned for the Patriots and 49ers, or the Seahawks.